Hello, my name is Rakhi Singal. I am one of the co-directors here at RVS Solicitors. I am here today to answer any questions that you may have in respect to cohabitation agreements.
Thank you, Rakhi. So, what is a cohabitation agreement and how can it benefit me and my partner?
So a cohabitation agreement is basically an agreement that two people go into prior to marriage, or maybe they don't even want to get married and they just want to live together. What that would do is safeguard any assets or any capital that you may have going into the relationship and living together. Majority of the time, it's to do with the actual home that you are accommodating. So if you've purchased a house together, for example, it's to decide if you were to split, how that split would sort of look. Would it be a 50-50 split? Would it be that the person that made the most contributions would have that return to them in equity? So it's basically an agreement to ensure that when you do, or if you do, sorry, not when, if you do separate, how you would separate your assets and any savings or capital that you might have while cohabiting together.
How legally binding is a cohabitation agreement in the United Kingdom?
So cohabitation agreements are legally binding if done correctly. And that's why you really need to get independent legal advice before you sort of do it. Don't sort of think that you can sort of draft one and send each other an email and then it's legally binding. The way that the court sort of establish whether it's legally binding is to sort of assess whether it's fair, whether one of the parties sort of entered it under any sort of duress. And the other most important thing is that whether once prior to signing it, that you have obtained individually an independent legal advice.
What legal support and resources are available to help with creating or enforcing a cohabitation agreement, and how can you at RVS Solicitors help?
So the legal resource that's probably available is us. We can assist you in doing that cohabitation right from the beginning to the end. We can work with your partner and their solicitors to ensure that the agreement is completely fair. We will hear you. We'll ensure that everything is done in a way that is easy for you to understand, and we'll hold your hand through the whole process.
Can a cohabitation agreement be modified or amended if our circumstances change?
Most definitely, and I think that's a very good question. Just because you've done a cohabitation agreement in the initial stages of your relationship when you've moved in together, it does not mean that it can't be amended. So things like, for example, if you were to have children together, that would have a huge implications in respect of your finances. So you can amend your cohabitation agreement, most definitely, through agreement. Again, I would stress that you would need to seek independent legal advice. It would need to be in writing. Does need to be signed by both of you. But yes, please don't feel like just because you've done an agreement, you're stuck by it. No, you can amend it.
Thank you.